What's up everybody, Smooth here, and for today's video we have Fiora in the jungle. Now for this game in general, the items, we actually didn't get to finish the whole entire build. For the last two items we actually didn't get. So for this game in particular, we had Trinity Force, Blade of the Ruined King, Glutinous Greaves alongside the Guardian Angel. And personally, I'm not actually sure what I would have got or what to get if the game was to go that long, but I guess the Death Dance alongside Sterox Gauge, or even maybe just two items, Sterox Gauge and then Force of Nature, one or the other. But this game in general, this is the build we had, and this was our first time actually Fiora in the jungle. So what we went with was Conqueror, Bruto, Titan, and Mastermind. But one thing you could do is switch out the first rune for Fleet Footwork for some life sustain in the early jungle clear. But like I said, this was our first time actually Fiora in the jungle, so this is what we went with. And right here we're starting off our red buff, and we managed to plant a ward on the enemy Jax's blue buff right there. So right here I was like, okay, he's starting his blue here, move over to his red. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do red side clear, pick up the scuttle. But then later on, what I didn't know was he actually did a blue side clear, which to me, I didn't know. So at the time, I thought it was that he went to do blue buff, went and got his red, and then came back to the river scuttle on this side. Because I was thinking, okay, maybe he saw me on this ward or something, but it was actually, he just cleared his blue buff side, which was a big mistake on our part. Maybe we should have just went red, blue, and then did the scuttle on the other side. So right here we go for the Krugs, and then after we pick up the Krugs, we then see Jax on the river scuttle. So right there we saw a little bit of him come down, and I was like, wait a minute, he already picked up his red buff. So that's what I was thinking. He went blue, red, came back. So right here I take a peek and I see, and I'm like, whoa, he already picked it up. But at the time we didn't know that he just did blue side clear. So I'm mapping him. I'm trying to make it over to the scuttle as fast as possible and try to contest it, hopefully get it. But right here I'm pinging for my Lucian, I'm pinging for some help. And the Twisted Fate is here, so I'm just pinging. I'm like, hey, I need help. But I do manage to get a lunge and a smite on the river scuttle, so we do manage to steal it. But right here Lucian, he dashes in instead of to the side. But so right here I get some decent damage on Twisted Fate, and I'm feeling very confident. I'm like, okay, you know what, I can probably kill Twisted Fate if he stays. So we use our lunge and riposte and pick up a kill. But honestly, that kill right there, I would have to say it was just Twisted Fate being an idiot. Because I'm pretty sure if anybody is anybody, you would understand that Fiora, lunge does a really good amount of damage, especially if it's in the vital, as it's called. So right there, I honestly have to say it was just Twisted Fate. He probably didn't know Fiora, or he was just being, cocky. Oh, she can't kill me. So all I had to do was just lunge in, use my second ability, and we managed to pick up a kill. So it was really nothing too special right there that we did. It was just Twisted Fate. He probably was a bit too confident that we wouldn't do any damage. So for the first item we'll go for is the Trinity Force. But I have seen a different build. Right now people they pick up the tier, I think it's a tier of Goddess, into the Manimoon. So right now the Manimoon, it's a Trinity Force into the Manimoon, and then the Blade of the Ruined King. That is a build. Maybe we'll try it out. I'm not sure. As right there we picked up the Sheen and the Phage, the hammer. And then right here we managed to pop the sight, so we have vision on the blue buff. I'm just pinging. I'm like, okay, we're gonna invade. Jax manages to get the blue buff, and right there we were thinking maybe he would flash out or something like that, so we ended up using our lunge outside. But Lucian manages to pick up the kill. Right here we just pop an ultimate on Blitzcrank. Do we manage to pick him up? Okay, so Ezreal uses his ultimate. The Ocean Drake is up. So I believe we managed to get the Ocean Drake nice and easy. But this game we actually didn't plan to go Fiora in the jungle. I think it was in the queue when we were champion selects as Jax comes back, but Alistar gets a great knock on him. Oh, and I missed the smite. Alistar picks up the dragon. Damn, we suck at smiting, not gonna lie. And you'll be able to tell that we actually make many mistakes in this game. You know, we're using our second ability when we really shouldn't. And we're not like engaging properly as Fiora, you know, normally like a really good Fiora should. We were using our second ability, Repost, a little bit too often. You know, we really didn't understand how to use it. But this game, like I was mentioning, Rengar got banned. So I was kind of hovering around champion select. I was like, okay, you know, who should I try? Who should I go with? And then I saw their team. So I was like, you know what? Let's just try go Fiora. So this was actually, I would say, our fifth time playing her. We probably don't even have 10 games on her, but it is our first time actually playing her in the jungle. So we managed to get a pretty decent game with Fiora in the jungle. And whenever, you know, it's a game like this, as we miss our smite again, damn it, twice in a row now. But, you know, when you get a game like this with anybody, really, you can say, oh, they're really good in the jungle. But I honestly haven't played enough Fiora to say that, okay, she's actually good in the jungle, you know, like Kha'Zix or Rengar or Camille. Those guys are definitely, you know, really, really good in the jungle, right? But for Fiora, to put her up there and say, okay, she's top tier jungle, I don't know. You know, I have to play her a little bit more, or you'll probably have to go, you know, get another professional's opinion about it, because I've only had like 10 games on her, and this is our first time in the jungle. As right here, we're just pushing the mid lane because I noticed they were all up there in the Baron lane. So I was just thinking to myself, okay, maybe I can get this turret, but we don't have a minion wave at all. So I'm not sure if we even get it, but maybe we can shove this wave in. So we do manage to shove the wave, and maybe we just backport right here. Okay, so we do, and I do believe we have enough to pick up the Trinity Force. Alright, so we managed to pick up our first core item, the Trinity Force. But something on Fiora, I don't exactly know. And we do pick up the Glutinous Greaves because I was like, okay, we're pretty much, you know, owning this game. We're 2-0. We got a pretty big lead. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go all out damage, lifesteal, attack speed. Just get all the damage items. But on Fiora, I don't know if it's worth it to get Blade of the Rune King alongside Death Dance and Trinity Force. Like, I feel like if you were to get Trinity Force, Blade of the Rune King alongside Death Dance, it would kind of be like overkill. You know, you're like, that's too many attack damage items, I feel like. As right here, Jax comes from the back, gets a bit of damage, but right here we notice that Twisted Fate is overextended, so we managed to get a kill on him, and then right there we get a double kill on Jax. So really nothing too crazy. But I would have to say, for Fiora, even though she is a difficulty level 3, I honestly have to say she's not that difficult. Like, she definitely requires some skill, but nothing to a level where, like, you can't hop on her first game and kind of get an understanding of her, you know? But given again, you know, this isn't, I really don't want to say that as well, because there are definitely great players on Fiora that would say my game is horrendous. So I guess in terms of like difficulty level of her being like level 3, I would have to say that she's probably not the most difficult character to understand. You know, her kit is a bit simple to understand, you would say. As right here, Alistar manages to pick up a kill on Twisted Fate, and the Infernal Drake is up. Right here, Jax almost started it as Alistar plants a ward. So we're just hovering around, kind of waiting for our team to gather up and thinking, okay, maybe we can force it. So right there, we dash onto Jax. But right here, I noticed Kaiser is overextended, so we just hop right in, pop ultimate, get a kill on her. And right here, I was just bloodthirsty. I was just going in. I was like, fuck it. You know, I'm just gonna go in. And we die for it, but we managed to, you know, create a disturbance, you know, distract for a little bit of time, tank a little bit of damage, and our team just manages to come up and clean it. But we don't manage to get a kill on Vayne. But overall, the team, you know, managed to clean up after our stupid mistake right there. We were just blood hungry, really. It just, you know, we just saw blood, we wanted to kill, so we went right in. And right here, our team does start the dragon, as I do respawn, and I didn't have enough money to get teleport, but our team manages to pick it up nice and easy. So, and right here we managed to pick up the Blade of the Rune King, and as you can see, you know, we're 5, 1, and 4, so we were pretty much snowballing since the beginning. We got some early kills. We got that early kill on Twisted Fate. But I honestly, I'll have to say Fiora does work pretty nicely in the jungle. But again, you know, I'll probably have to play her a bit more. But she isn't a character that I would say I want to play in the jungle a lot, because she has the reputation of being the most broken character in the game right now. You know, so I'm not too fond. As you can see right there, the lack of knowledge of the character. I end up using my repost, you know, just, you know, little mistakes here and there that I would definitely have to learn on the character. But I'm not sure if I want to play her, you know, in the jungle, because of the fact that she's like a, you know, people say she's this S tier, the most broken character in the game. I really don't enjoy playing characters like that, like Lee Sin. You know, I hate that guy. Like, he is the best jungle pick in the entire game, but I just don't want to play him because the fact that he's, you know, the best. I like to just try and learn and pick up some, you know, some lower tier lists. Even though Rengar is top tier list, but I would have to say Rengar compared to Lee Sin there's a significant difference. As right here we pop ultimate. No, we didn't pop ultimate. We popped the ultimate on Jax, but we managed to pick up the kill on Kaiser. And right here, like, I believe our first ability was on cooldown. But we tried to use our repost to steal the kill, and like I said, you know, it's just terrible. Like, our lack of knowledge for the character was just not there. And here we had enough money for the Death Dance and the Guardian's Angel, and I was kind of like in between. I was like, okay, what should I pick up? But because we were having such a good game, 7-1, we were like, okay, you know what, let's just go for the Guardian's Angel, because I don't want to die. And right here we're just pinging to go for Baron, but I see Alistar engage on Jack, so I just pop right in, and we managed to pick up the kill easily. You know, there is some new builds going around with Fiora, you know, with the critical items, especially in the new patch. This is in the latest patch, of course, but yeah, I'm not sure if any of those builds actually work on her. I think the standard build, you know, Trinity Force, Death Dance, Stairrock, some armor items, that's probably the best build you're gonna get. Because I looked at the top 1, top 5, top 10 players in the server that play Fiora in the Baron lane. The build is very, very similar. So really nothing too much to do with the new build. As right here, Alistar gets pulled, but he's super tanky, so nothing to worry about. And I believe actually on this push, we managed to end the game. So we managed to get a decent game with Fiora, and we got S tier, so I was like, you know what, we're using that for the thumbnail. So, but again, you know, I don't know if I'll play more Fiora in the jungle. You know, I honestly think that there's more characters to play. Probably, to me, you know, I'm not sure if I want to play her, but I probably will, you know, eventually. But if you guys enjoyed, you know, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, stay safe, stay healthy, everybody. Peace.